Hey, Elise here, aka Afro Coder, and today we're talking about gravity forms. We're going to get right into it. So I have a client. I use gravity forms for probably every WordPress form necessarily since I have a developer license. Um, I'm always willing to try new things, but until you come for gravity forms, that's who I'm rolling with. So the problem that this particular client that I'm having, or that I have, they're they have a booking platform, and they're creating their New Year's page, and they're wanting a new system, the system that I developed for booking, which uses gravity forms. So we're setting stuff up here, and here's the issue. They need to be able to charge a deposit. Okay, they need to charge a deposit right here where it says this party bus package. And the way this page works is this will already be predetermined based on some data that's passed in through the URL. So this will already be selected, and this total will be already ready to rock. Now, they wanted to have an intermediary deposit or pay in full where you pay a deposit. Okay, so at that point, you need to account for the remaining balance that needs to be output into the data set, the total that you're paying today, and it needs to be calculated as simply as possible. So my rule for whenever I'm working in an environment that is already developed, I try to not touch the code. This is a CMS. These tools were built by very smart people. I try to use their tools and find smart ways to leverage them. Okay? Code needs to be maintained. All right? Just always remember when you are going to code a solution. Oh, I could code something all day, but guess what? Then I got to go back. I got to remember where I put the code, right? And of course, you could say to me, well, Elise, there's already best practices. When you're trying to solve a problem, sometimes you have to go a couple steps past best practices because you're in territory that you're in no man's land. Sometimes that's just where you end up, and then you have to be a pioneer. So anyway, I digress. All these people want us to be able to do their deposit. Okay, so my solution, we'll jump right into it. Close that. Okay, what we're going to need is four things to make this happen, basically. We need the product with the pricing, right? We need the remaining balance that's due. We need the deposit total that's due. And we need something that determines which one is displayed, the deposit or the paid in full, right? Those are the four items that we need to make this happen. All right, let's dig in. So we're going to pricing fields. We're going to grab product because we're going to do our product and pricing first. Okay. Boom. I'm going to say makeup. All right. For the field type, I'm just going to do a drop down just to demonstrate how this works. I can show you better by making up some stuff here. So this first one is going to be, let's say, lipstick for $100. Then we'll have foundation for $200. Then we'll have polish for $300. Okay, just made that up right quick. All right, and it's required that you choose one of these. All right, okay. I always click update when I'm done with a field, so I'm done with that field for now. So check, that was the product pricing field. What do we need next? We need another product field, but it's not really a product field this time. Okay, it's a calculation field. All right, so, but the reason why it has to be a product calculation field is it has to interact with the other product fields. And this is what I mean. All right, so when we go in here, this, I'm going to call it remaining balance due. Okay? There's no quantity that's going to be here, and it's going to be a calculation, right? Okay. So, what we're going to do here, say makeup. Okay? Now, if you go to get your tag and you look for your product pricing, okay, and you don't see it here, you probably need to just click this update over here. All right? But anyway, makeup. Oops, I didn't mean to put it in there twice. Sorry about that. All right, notice makeup 13. I'm a stickler, so I like to go makeup 13. Yep, that's right. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to multiply this by the negative inverse of the deposit amount. So check me out. I'm going to do percentages here, right? So I want to have a deposit amount of 20%. Okay? It's a positive number, 20%. 20% of whatever the total is what the deposit is. And then I still need to know what is the remaining amount, and then I can figure out whatever the price was, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So again, positive 20 is what I want. Well, then it's going to be negative 80. You see that 80? That is the inverse, the remaining amount of that 20 out of 100%. Hopefully that made some sense. So, all right. So again, it's the price that's coming off of my product, right? And then it's multiplying times negative. Do not forget that minus, okay? Negative. This ensures that you're capturing the remaining balance, that you're taking that amount from the price of what you're charging, so that the total is calculating and saying, oh, it's not this price, it's whatever that deposit is. Okay? Then we need a trigger to say, hey, are we going to do the full amount? In that case, this remaining balance due doesn't even come into the equation. Or are you going to trigger the deposit, which will then trigger this remaining balance due? So let's do a radio button. It could easily be a drop down. I mean, this is your preference. It's only going to be two options here. Okay. So the name of this field is, let's say, pay deposit or pay in full. All right, and then all right, I have pay in full so we can see the change clearly there. Okay. I mean, since it's deposit, I mean, you can make it required because it is. So I'm going to technically just, for good practice, but it's not necessary per se. All right, so I have three things now. All right, so let me move this up here. So now this is going to show me my pricing, and then this will control whether I see a total that has a deposit or a total that has the full amount. So let's go get our total, because you have to have your total. This is your final whatever. Okay, and now what you want to do is, with this remaining balance due, this is the key to it. You enable your conditional logic, and since you're only going to have one, you can say if all of these are true. So what we're going to say is, if you select deposit, if it's true, then we will show the deposit. Okay, so on the conditional logic, we're going to say if you select here pay deposit, then this remaining balance due will show. If you don't, no calculations will happen. This total will just say, hey, Give me all your money. All right, I'm going to hit update, and then we're going to preview it and see what this looks like. All right, so here we go. So remember, the default is pay in full. So the lipstick is $100, the polish is $300. Well, now we'll say let's pay a deposit. Oh, okay. Well, you will have a $240 deposit due. Balance due, but this is what you paid today. So what would be even better than it to say total would be total due today. Okay. Update that. Recycle this. And now it's a little bit more friendly. Total due today, well, if you pay in full, it's $100. If you pay the deposit, it's going to be $20 due today. $80 is your remaining balance due. Okay? So the key to this is using the negative number to do your multiplication and to use conditional logic on the form to say, hey, only apply the deposit logic when they do not elect to pay in full. Okay, so once that's done, you put your credit card, all that stuff on there, and it'll work like a charm. And then you just need a system to capture dates, you know what I mean, all these other things. Some of that is hidden and built in because that's New Year's. They don't need to select the date, so that's a hidden, already populated field. I go on and on, guys, but I'll create another Gravity Forms video, and then anything else that you might feel is WordPress, Drupal, animation, illustration related. Those are probably my, and then coding. Like I'm into MeanStack right now, but LAMP. I'll do Java if I have to, but I'm not. That's not really Java. Is not my thing. I'm a PHP person. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me. This is my first video. I hope this Gravity Form was able to help you. If you want to see what that actually looks like here, just so you see it's not just in preview, if you select 20% deposit here, you will see the balance due in 7 days is $312. The total was $780. So once we go through and do the user experience and stuff, it'll flow much better. But this is just to say, hey, today's the day that I figured out how to do this. I had found a lot of resources that required coding and all these different things, and I just said, man, managing that is going to be a beast. I just know it, and I don't want our lives to be running down errors and codes and figuring out and championing because we found out where an error in the updated version of no. So have a great day, and I hope I was able to help.